So here's a weird question. Why do you remember something random from 10 years ago, and yet you have no idea what the hell you ordered for lunch yesterday? Seriously, you can recall a moment from years ago like it was a movie scene, but your lunch from 24 hours ago? No idea whatsoever. That feels like a glitch, like your brain is broken, but it's really not. You're actually getting something very wrong about how memory works. There are five things going on inside your brain that explain all of this. And once you know them, you'll never look at your own memories the same way again. Number one, your brain doesn't store memories, it rebuilds them. That sounds harmless, but it's not. And here's the reason. So you probably think your brain works like a camera. You experience something, it records it. You replay it later, clean, simple, reliable. Well, not exactly. You see, your brain is more like a chaotic film editor who keeps reopening the project over and over, changing scenes, and then exporting a final version every time. Every time you remember something, you're not replaying it, you're rebuilding it from pieces, from emotion, from guesses, from whatever feels right in the moment, which means your 10-year-old memory, it's been edited a lot. Details sharpened, awkward parts maybe trimmed a little. Meanwhile, yesterday's lunch hasn't even touched it. No edits, no replays, no emotional upgrade. So it just fades because your brain doesn't really care about raw footage. It cares about what feels meaningful or interesting or slightly dramatic. And if your brain is constantly rewriting things, you have to ask yourself, what else has been edited? Number two, emotion is the real storage system. This is where your brain starts playing favorites. Think about that old memory you still have. There's probably a feeling attached to it: embarrassment, excitement, fear. Maybe it was a small thing, maybe it was traumatic, even something random that just felt intense at the time. That feeling is doing all the work. Emotion acts like a highlighter pen. Your brain basically goes, oh, this feels important. Save this one. Psychologists call this emotional memory consolidation. The more emotionally charged something is, the more deeply it gets encoded. It's why you remember your first heartbreak in brutal detail and can't recall a single Tuesday from last March. Those neutral memories, the ones with little or no emotion attached to them, they barely get processed. Now, think about your lunch yesterday. Be honest. Was it emotionally life changing? Did your sandwich teach you something about yourself? Did your drink spark some personal transformation? No. It was just food. So your brain didn't bother saving it, which is kind of rude. You paid for it, you ate it, but your brain was like, this is no long term value. And here's the uncomfortable part: if emotion decides what you remember, then most of your life is being filtered out quietly without asking you. And that leads to something bigger. Quick pause here. If this is already making you question your own brain a little, hit subscribe, like the video, and drop a comment with the last thing you actually remember eating. All right, let's keep going. Number three, your brain is aggressively deleting things. Not forgetting, deleting. So here's the truth: your brain has limits. It can't keep everything. If it tried, your thoughts would be like absolute chaos. Imagine remembering every step you took this week, every word you heard, every bite of food. You lose your mind. So your brain makes cuts constantly. It keeps what seems useful and removes what doesn't. And useful doesn't mean important to you. It means useful for survival or prediction. Either one. That's it. This connects to something called the forgetting curve. Information fades quickly unless it gets reinforced. And your lunch yesterday? No repetition, no emotional weight, no reason to revisit it. So your brain just kind of deletes it efficiently and without hesitation. Meanwhile, that random memory from years ago, you probably thought about it multiple times, replayed it, analyzed it, maybe even cringed at it. Every replay strengthens it, so it stays. But here's the problem. If your brain is constantly deleting things, then your version of the past is incomplete, very incomplete. And yet it feels right. Which brings us to something even stranger. Number 4, your brain prioritizes stories, not facts. Now, this one explains a lot. Your brain doesn't care about timelines, it cares about meaning, about narrative, about things that fit together. You see, humans are wired for stories. So when your brain decides what to keep, it asks, does this mean something? Does this connect to who I am? Not, did this happen yesterday? That's why random old memories stick. They become part of a story. Maybe it represents who you were, or a moment you wish went differently, or something that shaped how you see yourself. Your brain turns it into a scene, a moment, something with weight. And your lunch? Not a story, no arc, no meaning, just food. So it gets cut. And now things start to feel a little off because if your brain is building a story, then your memories aren't just records, they're interpretations, edited to make sense, which leads to the final piece. Number 5, your brain confuses familiarity with truth. This one is subtle and honestly a little embarrassing. So here's the deal. Have you ever told a story so many times that it just got better? Like somehow funnier, more dramatic? Like the 3-inch fish you caught suddenly became 3 feet? Psychologist Frederick Bartlett figured out back in the 1930s that human memory isn't a recording, it's more like a Wikipedia article that anybody can edit, including you. Every single time you remember something, you're not replaying it, you're reconstructing it, filling in gaps, smoothing out awkward parts, adding details that weren't originally there. Every time you remember something, you slightly rewrite it. Small edits. You make yourself a little smoother, a little smarter, a little less weird, or maybe sometimes way more weird. So the more you revisit a memory, the more your brain stamps it with, yeah, this is it. This is accurate. Meanwhile, reality is standing off the side saying, that's not what happened at all. This is called reconstructive memory. And it explains why two people can walk away from the exact same event with completely different stories about what happened. Both experience that event differently. Then their brains save their own versions of it, not the original. So now you're walking around with the director's cut of your own life, and you believe it completely, which explains everything. That random memory from 10 years ago, it feels crystal clear because you've replayed it 100 times, upgraded it, polished it, turned it into something. And yesterday's lunch didn't stand a chance. No replay, no edits, no importance, just gone. Like it never even got approved for release. So let's sum all this up for you. Now that the full picture is clear, your brain rebuilds memories. It prioritizes emotion. It deletes constantly. It favors stories. And then it convinces you whatever feels familiar must be true, which means your memory isn't just selective, it's persuasive. So, what's the real answer? Why do you remember 10-year-old moments but forget yesterday's lunch? It's because your brain isn't trying to store everything, it's trying to build a useful, emotional, simplified version of your past. Odd memories survive because they've been reinforced, edited, and turned into stories. Recent, boring details disappear because they don't really matter to your brain's system. Nothing is broken. Your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. It just doesn't care about your sandwich. Now I'm curious. What's one completely random memory you have from years ago that makes no sense why it's stuck? Drop it in the comments. Love to see it. And if this made you rethink your memory, even just a little, hit that like button and share this video with someone who swears they remember everything perfectly. Because you know now, They don't.